What the fuck was that?
Today we're going to review Talisker Storm. Beautiful label, right? It's chill filtered.
Yeah.
Color is added because it's not on the label, front nor back. It's an Isle Scotch, it's peated.
A little bit of smoke.
A little bit of smoke, a little bit of oak. Not much complexity overall.
It's very dull in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Definitely not a Scotch that I would buy more than one time.
I'd buy it if someone, if someone gave it to me, I'd be fine with it.
Be fine with it. What were your initial tasting notes that you saw?
Tasting or nosing?
Nosing.
Well, it gave off a little bit of a prickle on your tongue, on your nostrils.
Okay, a little prickly. I thought it was prickly.
Things, it messes with it a little bit. I got a little bit of a fresh pear in there. A little sweetness. What else did I get? I got a little bit of ash. The only way to get the ash though, I had to smell ash, and then I actually started smelling it. It smelled a little chalky. Yeah, that's what kind of ash.
Okay,
smelled
so you
like.
got a lot of the flavors. I didn't get it. I just got smoke. A little bit of peat. I could smell some oak. But it dissipated quick. I mean, maybe I let it sit after I reached my first taste. I let it sit for about 10 minutes. And that smoky aroma kind of just dissipated. It became very, the aroma, the nosing was very flat.
It's flat, but the peat and the smoke dissipated really quick.
Very quick. I did taste some salt, which was actually elevated more when I added water. So I added one capful of bottled water and let it sit for about another 10 minutes. And the salt really did jump out more.
Mm-hmm.
The oakiness may have come out a bit more, but I didn't really get much depth. I tasted a little blast of fruitiness on the finish. It didn't last long. I did the alcohol flavor, or the volume, whatever you want to call it. I could taste the alcohol for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It stood on my tongue for a while, but there was nothing to say that, hey, this was pear, this was, peat, this was that. It didn't really.
I just saw pear and it just came out.
You also said you got a grass finish.
I did get a grass finish. I sat there going, just tasting it, and I couldn't tell what it was. Maybe it was hay, but I got a grass taste.
I think the Talisker Storm raises some hay for why would you want to spend your money on it?
What?
Raises hay.
It raises hay.
It raises hay.
Oh, I did get, when I rubbed it in my hand, could pour a little whiskey on it, go like that a little
I
bit.
know what hand rubbing is.
But, I got ash more on that, but I also smelled the hotel room.
Ooh. Was it a hotel or motel?
Hotel.
That's better than a motel.
Hotel with the AC on, so you get that little musty smell.
It's a good catch. Oh,
That's what it reminded me of.
Let's pour a little bit into our Glencairn.
You say there's no Scotch mist?
No Scotch mist, none whatsoever. And I did try to get the Scotch mist, adding additional water, but it never happened. So it doesn't say it's chill filtered on the label, but I have to assume that it's definitely chill filtered because there's no Scotch mist.
I did taste bacon at one point, but it went away real quick.
I think the most important thing for me is that after we added water, like I said, a fruity, quick blast. It was long lasting, it stayed on the tongue for a while. Strong salt on the finish. And the more water I added, the saltier and more drying the whiskey became. I think it's important to note that from an ABV standpoint, looking at 45.9% alcohol. So it's not very striking.
0.8.
45.8, what did I say?
0.9.
Oh, 0.8. But as it says here, it's a single malt Scotch whiskey, an intense Talisker with a profoundly maritime character. I was hoping, because it said maritime character, I'd get more seaweed.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
More ocean spray type of flavor didn't come.
I got brine, but that's about it, which is salty.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I was looking for more of a pickly brine, but that didn't have no seaweed. But it says it's warm and welcome from a wild Hebridean sea. I did get a warm feeling. It was warm. It was warm on the tongue. It was warming,
I think I said warming.
right?
It was mouth drying too.
I thought so too. I thought it was very mouth drying. I'm gonna take a taste.
I'm taking taste too.
See, I mean, right now I don't even get any smoke at all since opening the bottle. I get maybe some,
I got salt.
like going to a bicycle shop. Right now it smells a little bit like
So rubber.
a rubber. Walking into a bicycle shop, that first blast, go, wow, I got new bikes in front of me.
I'm not getting rubber right now. I usually get the rubber after I add water. The only thing I get rubber in now is mostly the Lefroy now.
The salt is the most predominant flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely salty.
Still has that sweetness.
I don't get it.
I just got
really
some.
don't get it.
I just did get some of the smoke. My lips are tingling right now. Salt's there.
Add a few drops of water.
Take it, aerate it. It's 10.
Yeah, that's not bad. It is oily. It's still on my tongue. I can still taste the salt. Definitely. Definitely.
I still taste the grass.
So if you had a choice of looking at Talisker Storm, or comparing Talisker Storm, say, to
How much is a art bag?
like a wee beastie, what would your thoughts be? Because they're both in similar price range. Red was about $45.
I'd probably take the Wee Beastie because it's an age statement and it's non-chilled filtered. And there's
Age
no,
statement's big.
and I believe there's no color added to it.
I don't know about that.
I don't think there is. Isn't there?
The wee bee, I enjoyed the wee beastie quite a bit. Very smoky, very peaty. It was it was delicious, right? You could add water to it, and I thought it became even more powerful with the smoke. From my vantage point, this just over time of just tasting 1 dram, the flavor just seems to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never experienced that before with a scotch, ever.
Taste leaving?
Taste just leaving. Well, maybe adding too much water, you've watered it out, but never just adding a few drops of water. No.
Or just a few drops.
Yeah, it's one little inside cap of a water bottle.
Well, it's like Ralphie when he did the hazelberry. He's like, just, it only needs one little tiniest drop you can put in there.
Hazelburn's good though.
That's for sure.
Hazelburn's good. I mean, Hazelburn is great. Long Row is even better.
I haven't had Long Row.
Long Row 18. I highly recommend Long Row 18 if you can find it.
It really does nothing for me.
Oh, let's see. Did you add water?
I did. I needed to smell barley first. It does smell sweet. Maybe a little bit of caramel. I really think there's caramel or something. It's like I see, when I smell it, I smell brown. The color brown. Either caramel or brown sugar. Or like I wouldn't say
The salt. I mean, the salt. Just if you love heavily salted French fries, like overly salted French fries, this is good for you. That's how much salt is in this.
Is it McDonald's salt? Because those are pretty salty.
Well, I'll tell you, I went to McDonald's yesterday. I had a Big Mac.
Mm-hmm.
A Big Mac meal. There wasn't much salt in my fries. I was a little bit disappointed. I like salt in my fries, but
You know what?
not this much salt.
I've been when they go light on my salt on my fries, I think I prefer it.
I like salt, but daily drinker, definitely. Daily drinker. I mean, if you wanted to save some other bottles of scotch that you have on hand,
I would say that.
you know, you want something smoky that's not that expensive, Talisker Storm might be okay, because it's just nothing that's going to go, you know what, I want to save this for a friend. If you want to buy this for a gift, You better have somebody who's never drank scotch before. Because otherwise it's like a slap in the face going, right? Are you sure this isn't a regift?
I think it's a
It's a regift.
it could be a regift.
Definite regift, just to get rid of it. Because you need room on your shelf for something better.
Well, they have like a dark storm one, which I hear is actually better than this.
Well, I think most things are better than this. So what is your malt mark?
We're taking Ralphie's thing. I wouldn't say it's, can't really take it. It's a scoring mechanism. But if I had to give it out of 100, I think I'd give it a 78. I drink it. It's getting to the point where it's like, I don't want it. If it was given to me, I'd drink it for a daily drinker or re-gift it, sell it to someone, cheaper.
I go 80. If I was to rate it on the scale of hockey teams,
Yeah.
this is the Detroit Red Wings. It's definitely not the Capitals, Alex Ovechkin, Tampa Bay Lightning. You know, it's definitely not a Kucherov level.
Can't compare it to anything like that.
Baseball teams? Can you go with the baseball team?
It's a little disappointing, I would say.
If this was a closer from the National League, I would call this Diaz from the Mets, who blows all the games in the ninth inning.
I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely not a Mariano.
The Mets are doing really good, and then
The Mets are the Mets.
they miss, and that's a mess.
And this is a mess. This is definitely a Fred Wilpon whiskey. This is a Fred Wilpon whiskey. That's what we should do. Our malt mark should be based upon baseball owners. This is a Fred Wilpon.
It's a thing, you're kind of looking, you get home, you're looking forward to it, you open it up, it smells kind of good when you first crack it open,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're just disappointed. Kind of like Cyberpunk.
You got any shout outs to anybody?
Ralphie.
Shout out to Ralphie. That's a good shout out. Who else?
I don't know, Scotch Test,
Scotch Test Dummies, really good. Whiskey Tribe guys.
Whiskey Tribe. I do like the Whiskey Tribe.
Yeah, they have good reviews. They're a lot of fun. Very good. I think we should wrap this up right about now.
Yeah.
Any final remarks? So you got a malt mark of 78. You do not recommend Talisker Storm.
Only if it's a gift, you're low on money, and you want a daily drinker. If I was going to do a daily drinker, I think I'd rather get Monkey Shoulder.
So does that mean you're going to leave this bottle here so I can drink it daily?
No.
So he likes it a little bit more than a 78.
Yeah, because the only thing I have in my house currently is stuff that I kind of don't want to be touching.
All right. Well, I have some new bottles that I bought the other day, so we can review those next time.
If you had to get someone a gift, and you're looking at it, and you're looking at Johnny Walker Red, just spend the extra $20 and get that for them.
Oh, I think. Well, because it's a peated, smoky Scotch, maybe I would choose this over Johnny Walker Red.
Yes. Johnny Walker Red. It's awful. It's
But-
so bad.
Well, that's okay. Well, that's all I got for you today, mates.
Mates. Alright.
All right. Until next week, we may test something else. Put your opinions and questions down in the
Comments below.
But
Be
be
sure
nice.
be sure to like the video too and subscribe.
and subscribe, because we're gonna have a lot more coming at you, and we're gonna get better at this each time.
I don't know if that's true, but maybe.